I've been getting requests to do like Lost Boys story times, but I don't know if there's really an audience for it, so we're gonna try it out. This is my like first preview story. So I had heard a bit about the Lost Boys online. I knew that it was gonna be the next big thing. I had a feeling that it could be my new hyperfixation, and I've always wanted to be like an early fan of a show, and how much earlier can you get than the very first time it's ever shown anywhere? So I convinced my friend to get front row Valk tickets. We did our full vampire makeup. We were so excited, and the second I set foot at that theater, I knew that there was like something special going on here, and I was so right because by intermission, this was before I worked for the theater app, but we jumped on theater and bought like second row orchestra tickets to come back a few days later because we were like, we need to see this close up. It is that good. And then first preview stage door, we still think about you. It's still like bittersweet because I'm like, I love every stage door, but I'm always like, it'll never be what first preview was because literally the entire cast came out. It was like so high energy. Everyone was so excited because they had like just done the show for the first time and they were like so curious to know what we thought about it. And I remember Hank coming up to us and being like, so did you guys like the show? Like no one's ever asked that at a station before. But we thought it'd be fun to take 0.5s with everyone, just like break the ice and like, you know, as a little memento. And then they turned out really cute. So we were like, we should print these out and bring them back to them. So we ended up printing out all the 0.5s and we wrote little notes on the back of them. And I didn't know everybody at that point. So I have this like thing in my notes app that's just like all of the 0.5s, and then underneath each one it has like the person's name and like who they are in the show and like a little bit about them from their playbill. So that's how I got to know all the cast really early on, which was great because I knew all the ensemble members and the swings like right off the cuff because of that. And then also they kind of got to know us too because we looked really like recognizable with the vampire makeup, and then also we were giving them photos with our faces and names, so that was like an easy way that they all kind of learned our like names early on. And then we just started coming back like all the time because we loved it so much. That's also around the time I started working for theater, so I was posting a bunch of Lost Boys content like for my other job, but then a lot of like the people involved with the show were seeing my content because no one was really posting about the Lost Boys at that point. I also met like a bunch of friends through that. Like there was so much that happened early on, like so many stars had to align for this like whole thing to like go the way it did, where people like recognize me as like being related to the show now, which is so funny because I'm not in the show like y'all, I'm just a fan. And I'm just so grateful to like have been a fan of the show from like the very beginning because it's made it so much more fun to watch them grow because I'm like rooting for these people individually and in a more personal way. I'm just so grateful to this cast. I'm so grateful to the show. I'm so grateful to past me for buying those tickets because that has like literally changed the trajectory of my life.